Okay, everybody, we are live. This is Jason Robinson from Illustration by Design, and I am finally getting back to continue. Whoops. Okay, got to turn that off. We're getting back to finishing this illustration I started a few days ago of Ash Williams from The Evil Dead, and it's for Dave Burns, who's a subscriber and an old friend. And we got a fairly good start on it, but I want to finish it off so I can finally send it to him, and he doesn't have to wait anymore for it. So let me just get going on it, and we'll get it done. So hope everyone's having a good day, or has had a good day. It's getting pretty late in the evening right now here on the East Coast. It's almost 7:45 right now, so. And it's almost the weekend, so hope everyone's had a good week so far. And if it's your first time being on my channel, welcome. I appreciate your stopping by. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. Most of the stuff are live streams like this where I'm just drawing and rambling about various things. I also do speed drawings where it's my drawing pictures, but it's been sped up, so you don't have to spend a few hours of your time watching it. You can just watch it in about 2 to 3 minutes. And I also do some unboxings, but I also take commissions. So if you guys want me to draw a character for you, just let me know. Contact me. You can contact me via Facebook, via Twitter, and all my contact info are in the about section of the of my channel here. So just look for that, and then you'll be able to contact me and ask me questions and stuff. Or you can always ask me questions here in during this live stream. Just say something in the chat, and then I'll respond. So. Let's see. Let me find reference for his hand. Oops. There it is. All right. Okay. Let's see. Pope Fire is here. Hey, how you doing? Says, did Pappy Doom ever message you? No, I don't know who Pappy Doom is. So, I haven't gotten a message from someone called that. How they messaged me, was it through Facebook or Twitter? I don't remember getting anything through Twitter. And if they messaged me through Facebook, it may have gone into if I'm not friends with them, it may have gone into the what is it called? There's a separate folder for people who try to contact you who you're not friends with. It might have gotten shuttled into that. So I'll check after the live stream. So if they did message me, which as far as I know they didn't. So I'll check. Thank you, Pope Fire. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. I was looking at reference. And I'm gonna probably go back to look at reference right now. So if you say something, I'll see it when I get back to the chat. But right now I'm just sort of flipping back and forth between the chat and the and Google on my tablet. So. Let's see. Shoot. Let's see. Hey, Evan Von Scribers here. How you doing? This wasn't part of the agreement. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Back. Shoot. Yeah. All right. See, Pope has a wrench. Also good. How are you? I'm doing good. Hey, P Money, good seeing you. This is mostly a silent stream, since I don't really have much to say. So, unless you guys ask me something, I'm just gonna pretty much just keep drawing and try to get this drawing finished. Everyone subscriber says, I thought no one got a wrench until 20 viewers. Well, you missed it. It was, I guess, Saturday, or maybe it was last Friday. Pope Fire managed to get 20 people in this live stream, or one of my live streams. So she got a wrench, and then to bounce her off, I think Joshua Hughes got a wrench too. So a Raven and a Starfire got a wrench last. She cheated, yeah, she cheated, but in one of my live streams at one time. So she got it. Now she is the wrench master over. Well, we have 4 people now, so so now she has ultimate power to a point. As long as there's balance. Yes, there's balance in the force. There's a Raven watching over her to make sure she doesn't go completely power mad. P. says, I'm just glad you are on now, Cricket. Mike, Gary, Ethan, they keep going on while I'm at work. Yeah. I've just been putting this off for a few days, and I kick myself over it, so I figure it's like I gotta get online and finish drawing this. Talk Summer Wars to me, Jiminy. What do you mean? It's a good movie. You should check it out. Buy it, download it, whatever, wherever you can find it. It's if you guys haven't seen it, it's an anime. I think it was from 2010. I think it's basically about this extended family in Japan, and I'm trying to remember. One of them is a young girl. She brings one of her friends home. You can't afford it right now. Okay. Well, she brings one of her friends home for the holidays. I think. I'm trying to remember why. Anyway, it's a male friend. They're not dating or anything, but he likes her. I think. She brings him home for some reason, and it turns out that he's really good at video games, and he is on this platform called I can't remember, but it's like sort of like Facebook, sort of like a cross between Facebook and PlayStation, the PlayStation online sort of community, and there's this weird virus that has taken over this huge platform online, which everyone is on, again like Facebook, and everyone's information's on it, and this thing is about to take over the world, and he has to go online with his avatar to try to stop it with his video game skills. And it turns out that this sort of virus that's taken over this online community was created by one of her relatives, her uncle, her estranged uncle that's estranged from the family. And originally he had created it, I think, for the military, and then it got out of hand. They took it from him, and then this thing gained sentience and has decided to somehow like just destroy humanity because due to part of its programming that it misunderstood or it's gone wacky. And so it's just a really interesting, really good story. Great animation, great characters, great storyline. I really recommend that you and everyone else check it out if you haven't already. If you haven't seen it before, it's definitely worth watching. I wish American animated features were like that, were as good as this, but I can't think of any that are. So it's a documentary. It's not yeah. I guess you can call it a documentary. No, it's just a really good story, really good movie. Do you Hanafuda? I don't know what that means. Or koi koi? Koi koi. I've heard of koi koi before. Was that from that movie? I can't remember. Koi koi? But I think that might be from that movie, Koi Koi. Is that like a card game or something? Okay. Yeah. No, I don't. But yeah, Japanese card game. Yeah. That features into the movie. I think they make bets. She's trying to defeat this video game, and then he's making wagers with it online, and they play Koi Koi. It's just really I'm kind of fumbling, but it's because I'm remembering how good it is. What a good movie it is. It's very good. Evan says you should try it out sometime. Maybe. I'm not really into card games that much. I think the last game I ever played was Crazy Eights when I was a kid. I never really. I don't know. Cards never really interested me that much. But you never know. My dad liked what's that Japanese that or Chinese card game? It's sort of like solitaire, but my dad liked that one, and then um, my father-in-law was into like to another card game. I can't remember what it was called. So, Mahjong. Thank you. My dad liked Mahjong. He enjoyed that game. As you can tell, I'm well versed in card games. Let's see. I'll just give him dark pants. Yeah, I never really got. I mean, I don't know. A lot of my friends are into poker and stuff. I never really found it interesting. Maybe because I don't gamble. I was more into like checkers or chess or something. Oh. I was gonna go see what was it, Dark Phoenix, that movie, but now I'm not sure if I should. I've been seeing a lot of just terrible reviews for the movie, and it looked good. The movie looked good in the trailers. The more I saw of it, and then the reviews started coming out, and it's just like, this is the worst movie since movies were made. It says worst. It's the worst X-Men movie ever made. It said it makes The Last Stand look like Gone with the Wind, and yeah. So I'm not sure. Not sure if I should go see it or not. Evan Von Scriber says it's interesting that you know Hanafuda is a game of gambling when all of the representations of the game leave that detail out. Well, again, all I know of it is from that movie Summer Wars. So they're making wagers. They're waging humanity on the winner of that game. So that's the only reason I know anything about it. P Money says, I got my 6th Indiegogo comic yesterday, something real. Now I've got 18 more to go. Assuming I don't buy any more. When is Rainbow Brute coming? Well, last I heard, Rainbow Brute is being colored right now. So I don't know what stage it's at, what pages are on. They may be finished. I don't know. But Nasher told me that a couple weeks ago. So I'm assuming it is in the tail end of being finished. Evan Von Scriber says Rick is watching it now. What, Summer Wars? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't imagine him not liking it, not enjoying it. It is, like I said, it's a great movie. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten, I've bought a bunch of Indiegogo books, so I'm sure I've gotten more than 6. One that I'm looking forward to getting, but I haven't received yet, is the first one I bought. Actually, it was Ravage, Kill All Men, and it was mailed apparently around May 17th, and I still hadn't gotten it. So I emailed Ben Hennessy. Is it Ben Hennessy? I'm trying to remember. The guy who wrote the story, and he said he's going to get right on it. So he's being very diligent about following up on it. So I'm looking forward to reading it. It looked like a really cool story. The art looked great. So just want to read it. I just want to read it. But yeah, all the other books I've gotten so far. So The Indiegogo books have a good track record for me thus far. So what you're basically saying is the guy who screwed up The Last Stand and won the second chance screwed up even worse with Dark Phoenix. I'm not sure who you're talking about. I don't think Brett Ratner is associated with this new movie. Who is it that worked on The Last Stand that is working on on Dark Phoenix? Evan, I'm not. I don't know who that is. But apparently, whoever put the movie together, yeah, I guess screwed it up somehow. I don't know how. So Evan says, I don't know. I'm just going off the quote unquote news. Okay. I don't. Again, I don't know. As far as I know, the only person I know from who worked on Last Stand was Brett Ratner. If there was someone else, a screenwriter or someone, I'm not familiar with them, so I couldn't tell you who worked on both movies. I don't have a clue. I did see that one clip with Jennifer Lawrence or chewing out um, Xavier, and then saying that he needs to change the name of the X-Men to the X-Women. It's pretty it's pretty bad. It's not been received favorably by the fans. So I also saw that clip from one of the executive producers. She's like a Marvel executive. I can't remember her name. Um, Alonzo, I think. Something Alonzo. And she's she says that the name X-Men is outdated, that it needs to be changed because it's whatever, it's toxic masculinity or whatever. It's just stupid. I mean, these idiots don't realize that, insulting their own brand and talking it down, uh, especially to fans who love the characters and who love that brand, is not a smart thing to do. I mean, these fans love the X-Men. You don't diss the entire brand because the name doesn't fit your whatever political agenda you may, whatever political chip you may have on your shoulder. if you can't get over that and focus on promoting the company's one of the company's biggest assets, then you should probably not be working for that company. P Money says, does Dark Phoenix do what the other movies did and move ahead a decade, so it's now the 90s? Yeah, apparently, yeah, it's moved ahead a decade, I think. And everyone is supposed to be in their 20s now, no longer teenagers. Simon Kinberg, I don't, what, is he a writer? Evan? I don't know who that is. So he might be involved with both movies. I wouldn't know. Yeah, but P Money, yeah, it's supposed to be 10 years since Age of Apocalypse, so everyone's in their 20s now, and or a decade older than they were in the last movie. And the X-Men are I guess bona fide superheroes now. They're admired by the general populace. They're getting praise from the government and the president. And I thought that was cool. I thought that was because that again fell in line with the place the X-Men were for a certain time. He directed Last Stand. No, Last Stand was directed by Brett Ratner, so I know he didn't direct it. He might have been a writer for Last Stand, and he wrote Apocalypse and Phoenix. Okay, cool. Okay, that's the connection then. But yeah, I like the idea of the X-Men no longer being like sort of hated freaks automatically chased through the streets with pitchforks and torches and seen as actual superheroes. I want to see the movie because I want to see I want to see it. I don't care what the critics say. These are some of these critics. I respect their opinions, but I do want to see for myself in the theaters how bad it is, and plus I want to see what they include in it because initially I thought that blonde woman that Jessica Chastain was playing was supposed to be sort of a human embodiment of the Phoenix Force that only Jean Grey could hear and see, but apparently she's not. I think she might be or supposed to be the White Queen. I don't know. So I'm interested in seeing it. Evan says, "Go see it and report back to us." Yeah, I'll be the guinea pig, and I'll be the canary tossed into the coal mine to report back if I survive the experience. Yeah. So. Yeah, but it looks good. It looked good to me until I heard all the bad stuff. So, but we shall see. We'll see what they include in it. Did I see Godzilla? No. I am supposed to be seeing Godzilla this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. I liked the last Godzilla movie. I hated the Matthew Broderick one because I wasn't Godzilla. So, so I'm just hoping for some good old fashioned monster fighting. Monster battles. That's what I watch Godzilla movies for. See monsters fight. So as long as they do that, I will be relatively happy. Just going back to look at the reference again. Let's see. Let's see. P Money says, I was annoyed the trailer seemed to indicate Mystique dies. Maybe not a spoiler, but it seems pretty obvious. I don't know about that. Doesn't she have to live to be in the future X-Men movies? Like, was that all wiped out by which one was that? The one where one set in the 70s. Can't even remember it. But what was Mystique being alive in the future? Was all that stuff wiped out? So again, I don't know. It may have been suggested, but I'm not assuming that, because I thought that Captain America was going to die in Endgame. It turned out not to be true. So I have no idea. Evan says, now I'm hearing there are monsters and Godzilla is no longer considered a spoiler. Yeah, there are monsters in Godzilla. Days of Future Past, yeah. Yeah, what did Days of Future Past wipe out the whole thing with her eventually joining Magneto? It's all so garbled. The whole timeline thing with the X-Men that I stopped even caring at this point. It's just like, just make a decent movie, I'll watch it, and then I'm not gonna get hung up on all the time travel nonsense, because these writers don't really even know what they're doing half the time. They don't even pay attention to what's been done before, so that they're at least consistent. I mean, it's like I look at the Captain Marvel movie, and the Captain Marvel movie just outright ignores, huge things in the MCU timeline. It's like they don't even care that they're completely contradictory to the other movies. So it's like, whatever. The only ones that have to survive are the ones at the end of Future Past. Are like the only ones that have to survive are the ones at the end of Future Past. Are like Jean Grey, Storm, Xavier, etc. Magneto and Mystique may not be alive. I'm not sure why, but Alpha Proto says Fox ruined their continuity super fast. They forgot that Beast was on the television as Hank McCoy at the end of the first X-Men, and he wasn't blue. Yes, that's true, but in the comics, the Beast has gone back and forth between human and furry even after he became furry in Amazing Adventures. So when I saw that, I just assumed that he was again in a human stage. Not that I didn't really see that as a problem in terms of continuity, because he shifted back and forth between human and his sort of beast form so many times in the comics that I just figured it's like, okay, he's human again for this little cameo when they were interviewing him on the first X-Men movie. I don't even remember who played him in that role. I should probably look now. I should probably look again, because it's a cool cameo. I was like, oh, cool. It's Hank McCoy. So when he showed up again, and I guess it was it X3 when Kelsey Grammer played him as a furry beast for the first time. Yeah. So because I don't think Kelsey Grammer played him when he was human. So. Evan Von Scriber says, I'm afraid to say that, though I was once a film fanatic, I've lost all faith and interest in that anyone can produce a competent film. I think it just depends. I mean, some people can, some people can't. I mean, to this day, Winter Soldier is easily the best Marvel movie that they've come out with, and I thought that was a great film. I thought it was very well done. I think that competent movies can be made. It's just that oh, my wife is saying, okay, leave Cricket and fake EBS alone and help me with the kids. Okay, you take care, P Money. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for talking, hanging out. Um, but you just have to have people who know what they're doing, and willing to put in the work to make a good movie. I think a lot of people aren't, and they're more interested in trying to make a fast buck rather than quality product. So, and they. I think a lot of people figure it's like we just have to slap a Marvel logo on this and put it out there, and it doesn't matter how good or bad it is. People will watch it, and sometimes it works. Some Captain Marvel has certainly worked. That movie was terrible, but sometimes it doesn't. With even though it's not officially a Marvel movie, and that's probably part of the reason why it's not. It won't do as well as some other movies. It's it has to be quality behind it. So, Alpha Pro says short fan film scratches the itch for comic adaptation. If you just want to see characters fighting in costume, that's good enough for most people. Yeah, it's good. It's good to an extent. I mean, some fan films are really good, but you can't just have. I, if you're gonna make money on a movie, you can't just have fight scenes. You have to have a story to go with it. I mean, there are plenty of great fan films that I'm happy to watch for free, but I'm not going to pay money to see a fan film if all it has to offer is people in cosplay running around and fake fighting each other. So they need to actual films need to offer something a little more than that. Everyone subscriber says, I read Chekhov's principle to be I require Chekhov's principle to be adhered to at all times, or else I'm unhappy. What is Chekhov's principle? I'm not familiar with it. Everything presented in the story is there because it matters. Okay, I agree with that. I mean, there's only a certain amount of time in a movie, so I would hope that the things inside that movie are there for a reason that help propel the story in some way. I mean, that's one of the things I always complained about with the next Netflix Marvel shows. They're 13 episodes long when they should be at most 10. I mean, if you watch them, they're all packed with filler, just nonsense, garbage that has nothing to do with the main storyline, just drags the story down, slows everything to a crawl, and it's just a waste of the viewer's time. I much rather watch 10 tightly written episodes that tell a great story than 13 drawn out episodes that are making me look at my watch, wondering why I'm wasting my time with it. And I think a lot of writers are just in love with their own sort of verbal diarrhea and just keep on producing garbage, basically. Um, I think the only show that may have justified more than 10 episodes was Daredevil, and that was so well done. But the other ones, no, no. And some of them should have been only like 3 episodes, like Iron Fist. Evan says, yeah, that's the problem with all their shows. The worst it got was that one entire season of Orange is the New Black, where they fired all the original crew. Yeah, I've never watched that show. Alpha Proto says, I assume they were signed to have 13 episodes made, so they had to stretch to fit what they signed to do. Well, they should have thought ahead of time, especially when they renewed them for extra seasons. You know, like Luke Cage season 2, Iron Fist season 2. I mean, at that point, they could tell that these stories weren't worth 13 episodes each, but they still made them. It's just bad. Ugh. Defenders was a complete waste of time. Defenders, it didn't bother me too much, just because it allowed us to see some of the characters we liked more, while reducing the reducing a lot of the time of the annoying characters had. Like I could not stand Iron Fist, and in the Netflix version of Iron Fist, I thought it was just uh, he had serious emotional and mental problems. I mean, I was watching. It was just like this guy belongs in a nut house, because he's like a petulant child, with a gun. He's emotionally and mentally unstable. This isn't Iron Fist at all. So I was happy that in the Defenders he had less screen time than a lot of the other characters. He was mainly there just to show off his powers and stuff. He didn't talk that much, or a lot less than he did in his other show. So it was it did it, Defenders didn't bother me too much. It was with the characters' main shows that really annoyed me. So Alpha Pro says, I never watched anything past the first season of Luke Cage when it came to the Netflix Marvel show, so I just gave up on Netflix. Well, I don't have Netflix, so I would just watch the shows. I think when I saw Daredevil, I got a free month of Netflix, and so I would watch it that way. So I didn't pay anything for it. But you should definitely watch Daredevil. All 3 seasons of Daredevil are very good. So I would highly recommend watching it. The other shows, skip them. Jessica Jones, first season was okay. Second season was annoying as heck. Luke Cage, the first Luke Cage annoyed the heck out of me because so much of Luke Cage was about virtue signaling about being black and black history and stuff, and it wasted so many episodes on that. Okay, it's fine. Black history is great, but I don't watch superhero shows for it. I don't need to watch Luke Cage to get a lesson in black history, and especially one that lessons that last freaking 3 episodes long. The first 3 episodes of Luke Cage were just I wanted to rip my eyes out because it was just complete, utter nonsense. I don't care about, you know, the first guy who got killed in the Revolutionary War. I don't care that he was black. When I'm watching a Luke Cage show, I want to watch Luke Cage punching people and seeing bullets bounce off his chest. But it's like that was a main focus for the first 3 episodes of Luke Cage. It wasn't until the 4th episode that they finally got into him just fighting crime and stuff, and it was annoying. It was the same thing for season 2. I mean, the first 3 episodes was basically Claire, his girlfriend, nagging him incessantly about his father, who had did he abandon him, or his father was kind of a jerk, and she kept on nagging Luke Cage about, oh, you should talk to your father, and I was just like, just get to the story, get to the main story. The story is not about Luke Cage's problems with his father, and again, it wasn't until the 4th episode they actually got to the main storyline. And Luke Cage could have been a great show, but they wasted hours on irrelevant nonsense that had little to do or nothing to do with the main storyline. And even me, who is a Luke Cage fan, I almost stopped watching the show in the first season because of it. They don't seem to understand that getting to the point is important if you want to maintain viewership. If you want people to fall in love with your show and to make it a success, you cannot waste their time. So yeah, and after Cottonmouth was gone, Alpha Protos mentions the show went downhill. That's true too. It was they again whoever wrote that series made a lot of mistakes, and it ended up hurting the show badly. Evan Von Scriber says Punisher was okay. Alpha. I started watching Punisher. I gave up on it. It's boring me, and a lot of it was he doesn't seem like the Punisher to me. He seems he's too. I don't know what the word is. He's too soft. is that the word? He's too soft. He's too freaking concerned about stupid. What is her name from Daredevil? I want to call her Heather, but it's not. Karen Page. I mean, he's the Netflix version of the Punisher is like a freaking puppy dog when it comes to Karen Page, and he's constantly, I don't know, it just, I don't know, something about him. He's brutal, which is fine. Punisher is brutal, but his focus doesn't seem to be the focus that the Punisher has. The Punisher's focus is on crime. This guy's focus, my favorite interpretation of the Punisher on film, Alpha Proto asks, is definitely by far Punisher Warzone. A lot of people hate that movie. I love it. To me, that's the Punisher. I mean, the Punisher is not someone who's is wasting time on being sentimental. He doesn't need female journalists giving him pep talks on a park bench somewhere. Punisher just goes out, he finds criminals, and he kills them. That's his thing. That's what he does. He doesn't care about anything else. He's not spending all of his time whining about his wife, his dead wife, or trying to get the government, trying to get the man. The Punisher doesn't care about politics. He doesn't care about that sort of nonsense. I mean, Punisher didn't become the Punisher because his old army buddies did him wrong, which is again a really bad take that Netflix has did with its version of the Punisher. I mean, it's just, again, Netflix really, the only thing Netflix got right with any of these Marvel characters seems to be Daredevil, and I don't know. It's just disappointing. And when I watched the Punisher, I think I saw half of I saw half of season 1, and then I just got bored. I just noped out. I was like, no, I can't do it. Because at that point I'd already wasted time watching all the other series and being disappointed with all of them except for Daredevil. Although again, Luke Cage has some really good points to it. Season 1 and Season 2. Actually, Season 2 of Luke Cage is better. You have to, Season 2 of Luke Cage, if you skip the first 2 or 3 episodes, which are a waste of your time, watch the end of episode 3, I think, and on. And Luke Cage is really good of Season 2. Season 2 of Luke Cage is really good. If you watch the end of episode 3 forward, it's really good. Jessica Jones, the first season is decent, but that again had 3 episodes at least where they just completely waste your time with filler nonsense that has nothing to do with the main story, and mainly with her sort of incestuous upstairs neighbors. They're creepy, and they have no purpose in the story. Why are you wasting time with her creepy neighbors when they have no point in the story? It's just dumb. Alpha Proto says, I hate when movie writers change character lore. They did that with Sandman killing Uncle Ben. Yeah, that was dumb. It didn't bother me too much. With that, because it didn't make sense. But yeah, it was dumb. Evan Von Scriber says, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with Shays in season 2. Yeah. Yes, Shades. Yeah, apparently, and now they want to make Shades, the guy who played Shades, they want to make him the new Bane in the Batman movie, with the Twilight sparkle twinkle toes. What's his name? Robert Pattinson. So Bane is supposed to be played by the guy who played Shades in Luke Cage, which to me is a joke. That guy is scrawny as anything. But whatever. I don't understand why they don't just hire The Rock. Just hire The Rock to play Bane. Would that not make sense? I mean, pick the biggest guy you know who has a great following in films, who can bring in crowds and have him fight Batman. But actually, I'm glad that they're picking the guy who played Shades, because it just reaffirms that this new Batman movie is going to be complete garbage. Hiring Robert Pattinson to play Batman is just a joke. So Bane should be Brock Lesnar. Dave Burns. Okay. Well, Dave. I mean, Brock Lesnar can't act. I mean, I want. Rock is too pretty for a mask. I I don't care if they cover up The Rock's face. What I want is Bane should be someone who can be believable as someone who is smart, and to some extent charismatic. And I think, I definitely think The Rock can do that a lot better than Brock Lesnar. So yeah, slap a mask on The Rock and have him play Bane. He doesn't even have to wear the mask the whole time. Heck, I mean, it's not like in what was the last Batman movie with Bane in it, where he had to wear that mask in order to breathe. I mean, Bane doesn't wear masks in the comics because he needs to breathe. He wears it just to hide his face. So just have him take the mask off. Alpha Proto says they should pull a Darth Vader with Bane. One actor for the body and one for the voice. Again, if you hire The Rock, you don't have to. You just have the same guy. I mean, The Rock has a great voice. Just if you just put it through some sort of synthesizer if you want him to sound weird. Evan Von Scriber says, I clearly love Hush. I would have preferred a small detective Batman movie sub 40 million. Is that out yet? That Hush animated movie? Maybe it's coming out in a few months. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they can make a small Batman movie under $40 million. I don't even know if that's possible. Because with a Batman movie, I mean, you'd have to have minimal effects in it in order for it to be under $40 million. You'd have to have small name actors. It's just people expect certain things in a Batman movie. And I don't know if you can make a successful one for under 40 million unless you hired some fan film guy who could bring it under budget. I think any major director would it would easily pass $50 million. I was always amazed by how much drama and story Batman the Animated Series fit into 30 minutes as Alpha Proto. Yeah, that's the thing I love most about that show. I mean, I was in college when it first came out, and I was just amazed at when I first saw that first. I think it was a pilot episode on Leather Wings with Man-Bat, and I was just shocked by how good it was. It was really, really, really well done. In retrospect, those episodes did as much as hour-long shows. Yeah, they did. Dave Burns says, honestly, how great would Bruce Campbell have been instead of Keaton back in the day? Yeah, I mean, Bruce Campbell could have played Batman. I just don't know. I don't know. Has he ever done anything serious? But again, you could say the same thing about Keaton back then. Bruce Campbell definitely has the look of Batman more than Keaton did. So yeah, I would definitely have given him a shot. I mean, he's a cool actor. Those cartoons changed the game. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Bruce Campbell definitely has a great chin. Campbell would have been a good creeper. Yeah. He'd be a good Jack. What's his name? Jack Ryder. Yeah. Would have worked with the campy Tim Burton stuff. Yeah. Yeah, he would have. Yeah, I kind of wish Bruce Campbell had a chance to play an actual superhero at some point. It's a shame. It'd be funny if they I don't know, if he was able to play Bruce Wayne in like a Batman Beyond movie. I don't know. That'd be cool. Ha! No, it would not. Dave Burns says, might have even made the bat nipples tolerable. It would not have, no. Now, let me see. I'm almost done. I just need to get a reference for his boomstick. Let's see. Come on. Come on, Google. Alright. Boomstick. Space. Something's happening. That didn't work. Come on. Alright, here we go. Boomstick. Boomstick. Space. Gun. That's what I want. There we go. That's what it looks like. Okay. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. Alright, got it. What the heck, nabbit? Hey, hold on 1 second. I dropped something. Found it. Alright. Let's see. What does this look like? His boomstick. Alright. This is gonna be... Alright. I gotta practice drawing more guns. This is... Here. Boy. Alright. Huh. Alright. Let me get back to the chat. Back to the chat, if everyone hasn't left. Let's see. Evan says, let's start a petition to have Campbell play the Crimson Chin. Maybe the comedian from Watchmen. I don't know if he could play the comedian, Dave. I don't know if he's that if he's that intense. I've never. I don't know. I mean, even in Evil Dead 2, I mean, he was. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I thought that Henry Dean Morgan, is that his name? Henry Dean Morgan. Who was the guy who played the comedian in Watchmen? He also plays Negan on the Walking Dead. That guy does intense really well. I thought he was perfect as a comedian. Evan says, "Do you drink mojitos?" No, I don't. My mom, actually, my mom and my wife do. I don't. Evan Von Scriber says, "Draw Vash with his gun arm out." Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, yeah. I thought he was fantastic as a comedian. I can't imagine Bruce Campbell doing a better job than him. So. All right. Let's see. Mojitos are good. So is yogurt. Okay. The only yogurt I like is lemon yogurt. Never liked any other yogurt. I'm a little fussy. Alright, there's his boomstick. Alright, this is almost done. Got his scars, most of them. Everyone subscriber says same. What, you only like lemon yogurt? Evan Von Scriber says, I used to like the ones with the fruit. The network. If you can hear me, let me fix some things here. Yeah, it seems like every once in a while the stream will, not just the stream, but my internet in general. Like when I'm online sometimes watching YouTube, all of a sudden it will just spurt out for some reason. I have no idea why, and obviously that's affecting the this live stream. So that's what's happening. So I apologize, but I think we're back now. Let me see if this ink will Alright, I think this is okay. I hope. I hope. I hope. I'm just gonna ink this this word balloon for Dave. Let's see. Evan Von Scribe says, did you ever watch any of the other USA shows or just Burn Notice? I mean, I probably watched a lot of them. I'm trying to think of ones off the top of my head. Other than Burn Notice, Dave Burn says, aw. I watched the, what's going on here? What's going on? Get back there. The one with the doctor. He's sort of like a concierge doctor. I used to watch that one a lot. Actually, I watched a lot of Royal Pains. Thank you, Evan. Yeah, I watched that one. I watched a lot of USA shows actually, but Burn Notice just stood out because of it had Bruce Campbell. I like the general premise of a spy who was sort of forced to stick around in Miami and had to sort of offer out his services to locals to survive. Thought that was kind of interesting. So, let's see. Jay Potts says, I've had the same problem last few days, only on YouTube. Evan Von Scriber says, did you power cycle your modem and router? Power cycle my modem and router? I'm not sure how to do that. So, I guess the answer is no. Let me see if I can do this without ruining the whole thing. Let me move this over the light so I can see. Let's see. Evan Von Scriber says, Monk, Psych, Duckman. I don't know Duckman. I'm not familiar with that one. White Collar. I used to love White Collar. And then I I guess, I got bored with it after a few seasons. Monk. Never really watched Monk. I thought the premise was dumb. My wife loved Monk, though she loved Psych. So between my wife and I, we watched most of the USA shows. So I was more of I like White Collar, and I liked Royal Pains and Burn Notice. My wife liked Monk and Psych. So yeah, with Psych, the premise of Psych annoyed me too. I thought it was just dumb. It's like why is this guy okay? He's pretending to be a psychic because his observational skills are so great, but why even bother doing that? Why not just be a cop? Why not just be a regular detective, even if he's a private detective? Why not just offer his services as a regular private detective and let everyone know that he has great observational skills? Just be Sherlock Holmes. Just say, okay, I'm a great detective. Why not just say that? What I didn't understand the whole purpose of the charade, whatever, of pretending to be a psychic, which was just dumb. What was the purpose of that? I mean, his dad was a cop. His dad taught him everything he knows. Why would he be hiding that? It made no sense to me. So Duckman is really old, like early '90s USA. Duckman sounds familiar, but I don't remember what it's about. So, and actually, we didn't. My family didn't have cable until I think like the mid '90s. So I don't even know if I ever watched it, even though I've heard the name's familiar, but I can't remember what it's about. Cartoon Duck Detective. Okay, I never watched it, so okay. I think that's it. I gotta think of where to sign it. I guess along his arm. There we go. And Dweezil Zappa is in it, I think. Played by Jason Alexander. Okay, yeah, I've never seen it. I maybe I'll look it up on YouTube. But again, the name's familiar, but I've never watched it. Hmm. Alright. Paper keeps on slipping and falling. I like to watch the Iggy Catalpa comedy act when people say comedy needs to be PC. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, comedy and PC, to my mind, are sort of oxymorons. I mean, it's I personally I don't like filthy comedy, but I don't. What I like even less is forcing people to be politically correct with their comedy. I don't like that. I don't like this trend over the past decade or so of politically correct comedy. I think some of the best comedy has been comedy that is not politically correct, um, and that forces people to sort of face things that might not be PC. Sort of I don't want to say rubbing it in their face, but sort of breaking a lot of um, polite. I can't even use polite and PC in the same sentence because PC has nothing to do with being polite. PC has to do with controlling people. Being polite is one thing. Being PC is compelling people to say and act in certain ways in order to get approval, in order to be seen in a favorable light, and that's not being polite. That's compelling certain speech rather than doing things because you believe it's the right thing to do. So, say Iggy's PC joke, which is probably offensive by today's standards. Okay, I'll check it out. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, comedy definitely should not have to be PC, and I think that's a big reason why comedians have stopped performing at colleges, because colleges are so uptight, so intolerant of things that don't follow a certain you know political or socio-political viewpoint, that comedians have just decided that, or realized that it's pointless to even try to perform there, because college students and their professors just refuse to have a sense of humor about things that they may not agree with, and that is a shame. I think that that makes them weaker people, makes for a weaker society. So, and a less tolerant society, ironically, but not surprisingly. Anyway, this is it. It's finished. This is Ash from The Evil Dead, for Dave Burns. Dave Burns says stifling. Indeed, it is very stifling, Dave. And he continues, shite. Even punk rock has gotten PC. Super lame. Yes, it's very super lame. Evan Von Scriber says, watch Duckman's speech. What happened here? I'm seeing it on my screen, on my speech. Watch that if you only watch one. Evan Von Scriber says, oh, did you watch Insurrection? Insurrection? You talking about Star Trek? I saw it when it first aired, when it first came out in movies, but I haven't really watched the whole thing since then. So it's been a while. Let's see. Yeah, so it's been a while too since I've watched that. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Dave, I hope you like this. And oh, thanks, J Poss. J Poss says nice foreshortening. Hope you like it, and I will be sending it to you probably tomorrow in the mail. So look for it sometime next week. It'll be arriving. So anyway, everybody, thank you very much for taking the time to hang out with me, keep me company while I finish this drawing. And Dave Burr says it's really for Bo, his son. Dave's son. How old is Bo now? Is he like 7 or 8? But his son is like it's like Paul Bunyan. His son is probably about 6 feet tall by now. Yeah, hope he enjoys it. Oh, yeah, he's 8. Yeah, but he's probably like 6'2". He's a really tall kid. But I hope he enjoys this. And 5'3". I think that was my height when I was 12. I think. He's a big kid. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this live stream, and hopefully I'll do one soon. I won't take as long as I did this time. Anyway, but you guys have a great night. And oh, one thing, in about half an hour, it's 9:30 right now. They're gonna start the drawn and quartered fan edition. He rolls with 12-year-olds in jiu-jitsu. I'm not surprised. They would have to. I can't imagine him competing against other 8-year-olds. He would crush them. At 10 p.m. on YouTube, go to Chester Busby's channel, and they're going to have drawn and quartered fan edition. I'm not sure what they're drawing tonight, but yesterday on the Pro edition, they were drawing Wonder Woman. So they'll probably do something similar, some other female superhero, in the fan edition. So you guys head on over there at 10 p.m. tonight for the fan edition, and it'll be fun to watch. I'm not going to be in it, unfortunately. I didn't sign up in time, but yeah, I'm sure you guys will love it. So anyway, you guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Oh, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the like button for this video. Okay? Thanks again. Go see Phoenix. Yeah, I probably will see Dark Phoenix. Against the recommendation of all these reviewers, because I am curious. So I'll let you know if I survive. Okay? You guys take care. Bye.